So welcome back aliens, I'm Navin Reddy from Telescope Learning, and in this video we'll talk about packet tracer practical. I'm talking about this one. So in your practical exam they might ask you a question based on this. So they will ask you to configure a network, something like this, where you'll be having a DNS server, you'll be having a HTTP server and a SMTP server. So why do we need these three servers? So let's start with the first one. So what they're expecting you from the practical. So whenever you get a question based on HTTP, which simply means that you have to create a page and that page can be accessed from a web browser of the client machine. As you can see, we have, I want to use three protocols here, HTTP, DNS and SMTP. I'm using only two servers. Again, we can create multiple servers, we can create three servers, and every server will have one protocol, or you can create one server which will have all the protocols, or you can have two servers where you can divide the number of protocols. So I can see I have the first server has only DNS server, and the second server has HTTP and SMTP. Okay, so we have two clients there. One is, let's say, Naveen, and second is Harsh. So we got two client machine, and we also have a router there, but we don't need a router there. But then let's say if you want to interact with the outside network, we have the router there, but then we will not use that router in this practical. So whenever you get a question based on HTTP, it simply means that you have to create a server which will give you a page. So when a client machine, let's say Naveen, goes to the browser, and if you say, okay, search for the page, you will get the page, right? Why you need SMTP? Because when you want to send a mail, so let's say we have two clients here, Naveen will send a mail to Harsh, and again Harsh can send a mail to Naveen. And for that we need a SMTP service. Again, for that we have this server. And then we have a DNS server. Now why do we need a DNS server? Because if you talk about the second server where you have HTTP and where you have SMTP, see, first of all, when you say you have a server, that means you need an IP address, right? So before going for anything, you have to first assign IP address to each and every machine. So let's imagine the first machine, the first server has IP address which is 192.168.1.2. The second server has 192.168.1.3, and then your client we have 1.4 and 1.5. Again, why not 1.1? Because that is given to the router, which is the default gateway, right? So every machine needs an IP address. So that means even if you own your HTTP service, you have to make sure that when you go to the client machine, you will enter the IP address, and then you will get the service, right? But we don't want that. I don't want to work with IP address. Just imagine if you want to use Facebook and you have to type the IP address to access Facebook. Now that's not something we wanted, right? So what we can do is we can create a DNS server where a client, if a client enters telesco.com, you will get a page, right? But then when you ask for domain name, then we need something who will convert your domain name into IP address, and that's your DNS server. So DNS server will convert your domain name into IP address. So you have to configure this DNS server in such a way that if anyone wants telesco.com, you will give this particular IP address, which is the server IP address, right? So for SMTP we require DNS because that makes sense. Instead of entering the IP address, we can mention the domain name. But for SMTP, let's say if you have not got the practical on HTTP, you have got only on SMTP, do we need DNS for SMTP? And the answer is yes, because when you send a mail, you need an email ID, right? And how is the email ID represented? We have, so for Naveen, we have naveen@telesco.com, and for Harsh, we have harsh@telesco.com. So when Naveen sends naveen@telesco.com, what does the telesco.com means? Because SMTP is on the server, right? It has an IP address. How can you convert the domain into IP address? Again, with the help of DNS. So if you are getting a practical question on HTTP or on SMTP, for both we have to use DNS server. Again, not compulsory, but if you have that will be better, right? So we can use DNS for this too. So again, how to implement this, that was in the practical session. So once we have seen the theory, now it's time to see the practical, how to implement that. So you can see I have already designed this network. Now if you want to design this network, it's very easy. Just pick up a computer from here. You have to pick up two computers. You can go for generic machine. So I can see you can pick up these two machines here. And then we also need two servers. So you can pick up this generic server, and if you drop this generic server, this is your two generic servers here. One generic server I'm using for DNS server, and the second generic server I'm using for HTTP and SMTP server. We also need a router here. You can pick up a router from here, which is generic router, and then you also need a switch in between. Now the only thing is when you pick up a switch, so let's say if I pick this switch and if I open this switch, you can see we have only 4 available slots here. That means you can connect maximum 4 machines. And now if you look at this network, we have 5 machines, right, connected to this switch. So this you cannot connect more than 4 machines here. So in order to do that, if you are configuring this network, you have to make sure that you add one more socket. But before that, you have to first off the switch, and then you have to add how many, depend upon how many LAN connections you need, and then you can start the switch. So now this switch can connect with 6 machines. But then I don't need that. I have already done with that configuration here for this particular switch. So let's remove that. Okay, now once we got this switch, what we'll do is we'll first test it. Is it configured? So if I drop the packet from here to here, and you can say it is saying failed. The reason why it is saying failed is because I have not configured the IP address. I have done the configuration for DNS server. If I go to desktop, if I see IP configuration, that's your DNS address. You can say it is 1.2. And then when I go to HTTP server, if I say IP configuration, we got 1.3 here. 1.1 is your default gateway. So this server is 1.2, this is 1.3. Now, so if I go to this machine and if I say desktop and if I check, we don't have the IP address, right? Let's assign the IP address. We'll say 192.168.1.4. Okay, so now you have to mention the IP address, which is 1.2, which is for DNS. So you can see our DNS server is 1.2. We have to assign that. The same configuration will be done for the second machine, but then that will be 1.5. Okay, so you can see I have assigned the address here. Let me just close this. And once you have given the IP address, let's test the packet now. And you can see it's saying successful. That means we can continue now. Now what I want is I want the web service, right? So I want to use HTTP service. So to get the HTTP service, we can go to HTTP server and we can say config, and you can see we already have HTTP here. And then in the index page, I'm writing welcome to Telesco. Again, you can change this. By default, it will be having some Cisco thing. You'll have 5 to 6 lines there. I have removed everything. I'm saying welcome to Telesco. That's it, nothing else. And okay, that's it. That's it from here. We got welcome to Telesco, and we have to make sure that our HTTP server is on. In order to access this page, we have to go to the machine, and you have to go to the web browser, and here you have to mention the address. But then I don't have the address, right? So I have to mention the IP address here, which is 192.168.1.3. The moment I say that, you can see I'm getting welcome to Telesco. But then if I open web browser now, if I say telesco.com, you can see it is not working. It says host name unresolved, because when you have, by default, we can work with IP address, right? If you want to work with domain name, we have to configure our DNS. So we'll go to DNS server, and in config, you have to go to DNS, and here you have to mention the record. So the record is telesco.com, that's the domain name, and the address, the IP address is 192.168.1.3. That's the machine address, right? So the IP address will be having a domain name, which is telesco.com now. And then you have to click on add. This is important because if you don't click on add, it will not work. Let's verify. Let's go back to our machine. Let's go to web browser. And if I say telesco.com now, which is telesco.com, and you can see we got welcome to this Telesco. That means our DNS server is now configured. So that's the practical about DNS and HTTP. But then hold on. We also need to work with SMTP, right? Which means I want to send a mail from Naveen to Harsh. How can we do that? So let's open SMTP, and if I go to this config and if I click on email, because email service is your SMTP service. So you can see we got a SMTP service and we got POP3. For sending messages, we have to use SMTP. For receiving messages, we have to use POP3. So your outgoing server will use SMTP, your incoming server will use POP service. Now if you have only one server, then we can use both the service on the same machine. You have to mention your domain name here. So domain name for me is telesco.com, and you have to click on set. That's how you set the domain name. And you have to make sure that it becomes disabled now, because once you set, it will be disabled. Now you have to create accounts here. So I have to create 2 accounts. I will say Naveen and the password is 123. Click on add. So we got an email ID here, which is naveen@telesco.com. I also need one more. We'll say Harsh, and we say 123. Click on add. You can see we got 2 accounts, one for Naveen and one for Harsh. Let's close this. Now from this client machine, which is Naveen and Harsh, I will go to Naveen first, and in here I will create an email service. In this email I will say this is Naveen, and the email ID for me is naveen@telesco.com, and for me the incoming server and outgoing server are same, so I will say telesco.com is the incoming server and outgoing server is also telesco.com. And let's have the username. Username is Naveen and the password is 123, which we have configured on the server. Just click on save. I'm done with this. So I have configured my machine, which is Naveen's machine. I have to also configure Harsh machine now. So we'll go to Harsh and we'll click on email. We'll say this is Harsh. We'll say harsh@telesco.com. We'll say incoming server telesco.com and telesco.com, and then the name is Harsh. That's a username, and the password is 123. Click on save, and now you can see we have two machines configured. So Harsh is sending a mail now. How can you send the mail? So we can click on compose. The mail need to be sent to naveen@telesco.com, and the subject would be greetings. And we'll say hello world. Let's say I'm sending this, and we'll click on send. The moment you click on send, you can see it says send success. But how can you verify that you have sent the mail? To verify that, go to Naveen again, and you can see I have not received any mail here, because to receive we have to click on receive, because we are working with POP3, right? In POP3 you have to mention that I want to receive the mail. If you click on that, you can see I got a mail from Harsh. It says greeting and it says hello world, but I also want to reply now. I will click on reply and I will say get lost. Okay, and if I click on send, I hope the mail is sent now. How do we verify? Just go to Harsh and then click on email. You can see I have not received any mail yet, because you have to click on receive button. If I click on receive, you can see it says, if I open this mail, it says get lost. So that's how you can send a mail from one machine to other machine using SMTP service. So this is one of the practical in your exam. Maybe this might come in your exam. So that's how you do it. So you have to configure DNS server, you have to configure HTTP and SMTP server, and you have to configure two machines. That's it. That's about this practical. So I hope you liked this video. So if you liked it, click on the like button and do subscribe for further videos. Thank you so much for watching.